Hello. Hey, everybody. This is your host, Latoya Walker, and I'm sorry it's been a long time. Uh, Today, I actually have Velbert on the show with me. This is the African portal, so I got to get relaxed, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a while. So, this is the African portal, and, we make people feel loved here. We encourage people and we give people hope. And today is Father's Day, and we want to talk about the fathers out there. So, get ready. We're gonna do 30 minutes today. Hopefully this helps somebody. I don't know where my host has went, but if you would just give me a second, let me see where he is. Um, so again, happy Father's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Well, fellas, happy Father's Day. Okay, let's see here. We're having some problems already. I'm so sorry. Uh, Hold on just one moment. Okay, there he is. So, can you hear me, Velbert?
Yes, I'm hearing it clear now.
Okay, good, 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 good. Okay. So, again, I was just telling our guests today is Father's Day. I'm sorry, guys, if it's kind of dark in here. Today is Father's Day, and we want to say Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. There is no person that is not recognized, even if you're not a biological father, if you're an uncle, if you are just a friend of the family, we consider you to be fathers. And I just wanted to get on for about 30 minutes because I feel that I know mothers are always recognized, and Mother's Day is so much different from Father's Day. Um, but we wanted to get on here and just say that, fellas, you are appreciated and how much we love you. And because I know Velvet, your father played a good part of your life. He made
Yes,
Yeah. So if you can just explain to them like some of the stuff that he made you guys do, and I really think that he made you to be the man who you are today.
yes, for sure. Um, our world would not be the same without father. Hello, everyone. My name is Valbert Brand, and I am the father of three. And most of the values, the principles that I've learned then in my formative years, that came straight from my father because he was loving, caring, sharing, but he was also a person that is well disciplined. And before you can go to have fun, whether play with your friends or just time for yourself, then there are certain chores that you would have to do as a boy. And then when those chores are finished, then the time would be allotted for you to go and have fun with your friends. And growing up having fun was a lot of different things. It meant going to the river, going to fish. It meant playing marbles. It meant um, making carts, and we'd go riding. It meant a lot of things, unlike today when everything is pretty much um, on technology where you play on the phone. Back then, we have
Hmm.
everything. We have everything that is homemade to use for fun, and that teach us value. They teach us how to work for things. They teach us how to appreciate the little things and just to use what you have and to be industrious and creating new ideas. And that is some of the lessons that I brought forward in life, and they serve me well, and they still continue to serve me and many others because I teach these principles to not only my kids but also to everyone I come in contact with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I stated earlier, the father doesn't have to necessarily be your biological father. I know a lot of people, they are hurt with the fact that they actually didn't have their father. I'm telling you, whatever you don't have in your life, I feel like God replaces it. And it could be with an uncle, it can be with the teacher, it can be with anybody, and they can fill that void. So we don't, we want to make sure today is respected as Mother Day is respected, because we bring so much joy in Mother Day, but I notice when Father Day comes, it's not as much excitement. So we want to give these guys the same treatment and respect that we give to our mothers. And like I stated, even if it's not a biological father, it can be an uncle, it can be a grandpa, it can be a family friend. Um, I have so many people that I have that has played a role in my life as a father. I have a deceased brother. He played more of a father role, and he actually gave me so much tools in life to use that I still use to this day. My father, my biological father, he did a great deed too. Um, and I would never take away from what he taught me, and look at, most people like to look at the bad, like, oh well, he didn't do this or he didn't do that. Just think about the good that people set forth in you, and that's all we need to think about. That's all we need to go off of about. It's just about the good. So even if you don't have nobody in your life that you don't know your biological father, or if he wasn't there, just still tell him happy Father's Day, even for giving you life, because if it was no him, then it would be no you. So don't be angry at a person for, not being in your life, especially if you still turned out good, because as we get older, the choices are is what we're gonna do. So I just wanted to say that, guys, we love you, we encourage you, and we know that a role of a father does not come with a manual script. But we do want to say that we celebrate you guys too. And Velvet, you can just go on with some of your stories. I just love the story how
Yes.
about that truck, how you challenged yourself to do that.
Yes. And also looking back and comparing it with the present. Today, right across the world, some men are just sperm donors, and today is a day of change. Maybe you need to go to the ATM, you need to send that email, you need to pick up the phone, you need to contact that mother, you need to go see that child, because for some person, the reality is that a father figure is not in their life for whatever period of time.
Right.
I'm saying today is the day. You can start to make the change, the difference today. Make that phone call. Drive up and see that child. We can't do anything about the past, but for sure we can start to do something about the future, because fathers are missing and fathers are needed. And statistic has shown that in the prison, over 51% are male, and unfortunately, in the homes where males are needed, then woman is over 75% in the homes. It would seem as if where men is needed, they are missing, but where they are not needed, they are overcrowded. I'm saying to you, men, we need to step up. We need to do what we need to do. And for those who are doing their jobs of serving, protecting, providing, my hat goes out to you. And unfortunately, there are women that are playing that role too. I have a friend, and this morning she said to me, Happy Father's Day, both to me and herself, because she is a single mom and she plays both roles. I'm saying,
Mhm.
men, you are very much important. You make a difference in the home, in our societies. A lot of the trouble that kids are encountering now, with the law and all of these things, it stems from fathers being missing, and these things takes a toll on the society, and then we have the law now to deal with them. But if we would, you know play that role, which is a very important role, and sometimes we miss out on these important things. If you notice in the scripture, the prayer, it didn't say our mother, even though mothers play such an important role. It says our Father who art in heaven. If you look throughout
Yeah.
the whole structure of the Bible, there were certain roles that only allotted to male, and these are vital role. And for most person, we are familiar with the story of King David, the famous one of the best kings at that time. But what we sometimes overlook is that the things that we do as fathers, it can be passed down through the generation, and our children end up suffer from it. The Bible shows us the story of David. This one hack that David committed end up trickle down in his family history. It causes uh, um, one of his sons to rape his daughter, and then another son killing that son, and it shows us that men, we have to be careful, because the scripture says that sometimes the father will cause the curse to pass down on the third and the fourth generation. You can't be a father and be the same. Life cannot be the same where you're just living all for yourself and doing
Right,
things
right, right.
your way. The day you became a father, then there's supposed to be a change. You're supposed to have a whole different approach to life, the way you live the life, the principles, the examples, and the things that you stand up for. I'm saying we all fall short at some point, but we
That's
always
right.
have a, we can come back. We can
You can come
make it
back.
right. Yeah, we can make it right. I know sometimes men don't like to apologize, but it takes a man to say he's sorry. And I'm saying, first, in some cases it might be your child or your children you might need to apologize to. I'm saying get it done, get over yourself. Sometimes our ego sometimes force us into a destructive path, because we tend not to want to say that we're sorry. But nothing is wrong with apologizing and make the wrongs right and build good relationship, because at the end of the day we need families, and it starts from in the womb. Once a home is structured right, then those children will be valuable citizens to society that can help shape and change the world. And you don't know what one person life, one child, what he can do. Look at Abraham Lincoln. Look at all these great
Hmm.
persons. Look at
Barack
Malcolm.
Obama, yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela. You
That's
don't know
yes,
what
sir.
you don't know what that child is gonna do. So step up, take the role, and do what you have, and
And
fulfill your mission
I
to
would like
God.
to add this as well. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I would like to add this. Fathers, even if you are in another relationship, if you have got remarried, that, ladies, if a man has a child from a prior relationship or a prior marriage, that's for us to also push the man to encourage him to be a better person and a better father. I noticed that a lot of women sometimes, if they see a man not being a father, they feel that sometimes it's okay because he was in a prior relationship with the child's mother. No, don't do that. That's not, that's not acceptable. We should always try to encourage a man to be a father to his child. I'm not saying that we have to babysit him and tell him what to do, but a lot of times women will play a role in the vision with children, especially because over here I know it's like a drama going on with the
Yeah,
kid's mother, and that caused the father not to be active in their life. So if you're married to somebody and he has children outside of your home, it's your responsibility as well to encourage him to be a father, to be a man, and not to cause any drama or any hate. And that I'm speaking that with experience with my own father, because his wife would always be part of drama with his other children. So, women, you're married to somebody and they have other children, encourage them. It's not gonna hurt to encourage somebody to do better with their children. I know you can't make anybody do it, but you can also encourage them.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And don't be that wedge that standing
Right.
between between a child. Years back, I had to file for custody for my daughter, and that was a fight. But I'm saying, sometimes as men, we fought for the wrong things, the things that we should stand up for. We let this thing slide, and when for foolishness, then that is when we stand up. And I am happy that the kind of father I had and still have, it shapes my life forever. They called my father Mr. Chin because my father, it looks like a Chinaman, and in that time there was this song on the radio saying that Mr. Chin, you must sell the right thing, because my father, he was an entrepreneur. He had a woodwork shop. He was a farmer. He was a builder. He had a grocery store. So he had a bunch of things going on, and this shows me, I didn't know it then, but now I can realize and appreciate the number of things that he did, and I learned a lot of things from rearing the animal, from making the furniture. We have set days and time for different things, and as a boy, there were certain things that you have to get done on a specific time frame. And I'm saying it teach you how to coordinate, how to structure yourself. And these things are valuable lessons that now I can come to appreciate, that the same discipline and those chores that they pass on to me, now I can pass it on to so many other children.
Right.
And the fun we had, one of the things I used to love about my father, I'm the last of 10. So he had in false teeth. So like the skin of the pork is kind of thick, and the false teeth cannot show it. So in the evenings, then he would reserve that for me, and then that would be something that, as a child, that is like the best gift. That is like Christmas, when your parents leave a piece of meat for you. It was like heaven and earth, and those memory, stay with you throughout your
Ever.
entire life. And it shows you that when a family is bonded, at dinner time we would sit at the table, and he would tell us all kind of stories about his parents, about life, about what happened to him. And now, I can really appreciate, those time, those quality time, of hearing all this story. And then he would have his hair, he has dandruff. So as a boy in the night, then one of our chores is to scratch his head, and to get the dandruff out, and to put oil in there, and we enjoy those things. Unlike today, where sometimes everybody is on their gadgets. One sister is in this room and the brother is on the other room, or even in the same space, but they're on their gadgets. That was not the case. We create life moment, things that we
Right.
treasure. And those are some of the things that I try to pass on to the younger generation. Even though we have technology, sometimes you need to put it away. You need to get your hand dirty. You need to go plant a flower or a plant, and to see how it come to fruition. You need to go play with the animals. These things are life lessons, that has so much meaning in the upbringing and rearing of a child.
Yes. Yes. So, man, today is your day. Just not. You can start with today. It don't. And it never gets too late. That's why I want to share. Also, it never is too late. Even if you have been outside of your child's life. I don't know what reason. I know a lot of men sometimes go to prison. A lot of men sometimes they get with other women, and they don't want to be in their child's life. So it is never too late. Even if they're adult, even if you just found out a child was yours, it's never too late to get in your child's life. If you don't even have kids, still reach out to somebody, a child, and you just never know. Volunteer yourself, volunteer your time. You just never know what you may bring out of somebody or how you might help somebody. So we really do appreciate everything you guys have done. Even with Josh sometimes, I think we're around the same age, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with age, but it's just the wisdom that he gives me. It's more like it's a brother, like a father, even with Velber. So um father doesn't necessarily have to be a guy that's 20 or 30 years old. It's just the males sometimes have a different type of effect to us. Um, Not even just women, even just male. So just do what you can do. It's never too late. Don't worry about what you hadn't done. Don't worry about the past. Sometimes people purposely go out their way to hurt people, but be a man today and stand up. Don't ever let a woman
Right.
divide you from your children. Don't ever let your other children divide you from your children, because sometimes, and I'm using myself as an example, to where my dad, I know he loved all his children, but he has other children, and he has a wife, and then there's an ex-wife. So it's never been any type of love. It's never been any type of love. It's always been hate and animosity and bitterness, in which all of that has caused him to have a relationship with certain children that he has. And it didn't affect me, but I know, like, some of my other children, I mean, some of my other siblings, it did affect. So I just want to tell you guys, if you have multiple children, make sure it doesn't matter which, if you're with the mother, or if you don't can't stand the mother, if you don't like her, still make sure that you are part of that child's life. It doesn't necessarily have to be about money. It can also be about, you can talk to them, you can stop them from going down the road that you went down. You will be surprised what effect that a father plays in a child's life, and it can make it so much different.
For sure. And one of the things also, there are so much jokes, there are so much fun moments that you can remember. One of the things that I remember about my father is that he was always willing to try new things, and you
Hmm.
know that speaks volume to me. One of the story I remember in his later years, he, for some reason, he never rode a bicycle all his life, but for some reason in his later years I noticed he started to learn to ride a bicycle, and that was so hilarious for us as a kid. And then we remember this one particular day because we live in the rural area where mountain and
Right.
terrain and incline. So even our home coming down into our yard, it was a steep incline, and he was coming down and the bicycle that day. And for some reason, when he reached in the yard per se, I guess the brakes fail or something happened, or because he was just learning, maybe he did not know how to apply the brake properly, and then the bicycle ran down into the field with him. And as a child, we laughed for days. It was so funny. And these are the memories. Trying new things. No, and no, I could know that. He was an entrepreneur. You know, at heart, because he was not scared to try different things, even when we as the children would laugh at him, think he's funny. You never ride a bicycle all the day of your life, but in your older years now you're gonna ride a bicycle and it run away with you. And these are some of the things. These are precious memories, and I'm glad that I had a family structure where from the time I became aware of myself, then a mother and a father was always present. We didn't have much material things, but we had a good family structure with love, with activity,
Right.
and
Right.
a lot of fun moments. And for me, that was more than the stuff. The stuff came later on in our teenage years when
Exactly.
they
Hmm.
when they start to travel and start to accumulate wealth. But I'm saying those early
It's
years,
the moment. Yes.
I still wouldn't trade it for nothing. It was beautiful. There's so much things, that I can recall from growing up. Yeah.
And I noticed, look how that, even with you being an adult man, that's what you reflect back on, and that's what you remember, and I can tell it brings so much joy to you when you talk about
Yeah.
it. Even with Josh, even when it
It
was his
do.
dad's birthday, you can tell that his dad played a special role in his life, because he it was a celebration. He wanted to that you just know his father meant so much to him. So, fellas,
Yeah.
please, ladies,
Step
I
up.
mean, I'm sorry, please make sure you be a part of your children's life. It is never too late. We not here to bash anybody. We don't care about the past. We don't care what you did yesterday. We don't care. Today is a day you can pick up the phone. Even if I know sometimes those voices in your head try to make discourage you. Block that out. Block any negativity out, and do what you can. Like I stated, if it's not your biological child, even if you're remarried, you still have to play a role of a father. You still have to play a role of a father. You have to play a role of a father to nieces and nephews and everybody. But we want to say we appreciate the ones that's already doing it, and the ones that's not, we telling
Yes.
you to come on board. It's never too late. We love you. We
It's
support
never
you. We
too late.
behind you. No.
It's never too late. And
Never.
last about 3 years ago, I went home, and I remember I say, you know what? I'm taking the family out for dinner. My dad and I say, I want to treat you guys. I want to treat you guys, and we went to this expensive restaurant, and they was worried looking at the price. I said, listen, don't look at the bill. Don't look at the price. What you gave us finally. I'm in the position that don't worry about the price. Order what you want, and that one day it meant so much to know that I could give back, knowing that money was not the issue. You don't have to worry if you can
Right.
afford this, and I'm saying these are things that you will treasure for the rest of your life. And my father is a person that he doesn't eat anything that is not you know say good or in high value to his body. But that day at that restaurant, I watch him eat everything because the food tastes so good, and I guess I guess he sensed that pride of, yes, my hard
Right.
work pays off.
Right. Right.
No, I was worried about money, but my son is saying, don't worry about money. Just take up whatever, just order whatever
Just
you want.
do it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, this is your day. This is a day to relax and enjoy. And I'm thankful that those are some of the memories that I still carry up on this day and will forever, because of the principles, the foundation, the morals that he stood up for and instilled in us. And I'm going to be passing it on to
Yeah.
generation upon generation to come.
Right, right. So, we're gonna be wrapping it up here soon, but I know the today the show was off balance. We got problem with our lighting and screening, but I pray to God that this helps somebody, and you don't have to be embarrassed about nothing that you ain't done or nothing that you haven't done. We are human. We all make mistakes. We all have something in us that we either hate we did or it's a secret to us. Nobody is here to shame anybody. We're just here to encourage you to do better as a father, or to do better as an uncle, or to do better as a husband, or even ladies, please. And this is serious. This is so serious. Do not marry a man if you're not willing to love his children. If you don't want him to have a relationship with his children, that's not good. You are becoming a problem of you are you creating a problem, and you're not that's not that's not healthy for you, the child, or the father. So if you marry somebody and they have children, please be a mother to them. Please don't cause any division or thinking that you worried about the last relationship he was in. Allow him to be a father to his children without you having anything to do with it. Allow him to be a father, because when you don't allow that, then you taking away from not only the child, but you taking away from him too. And I have noticed that a lot. I don't, and I'm just being real. I'm gonna keep it real. I've noticed that a lot in our black communities. When guys get in another relationship or they get remarried, they slack with their children. That shouldn't happen, because as a woman, you should say, "Hey, okay, I know about your past relationship. I know about your prior relationships, but you be a father, because 9 times out of 10, if she have kids, he gonna be the father to her kids. So allow
Yeah.
him to be a father to his children as well, and don't cause any bitterness or any corruption or mad or angry. So today is a day. We hope that don't sit around and think about what you haven't done and feel like that the day is not for you. The day is for you too. You are a father, whether or not the situation's been good or bad. Just do something for somebody. Tell your kids you love them. Tell your nieces you love them. Tell a child you love them. Try to help them the best way you can. But we thank you so much for joining us here at the African Portal. We respect people here. We love people here, and we try to encourage everybody to do what's right. You have anything else to say, Velbert?
Okay, in closing, I just want to say today is a day where we extend love and appreciation, and for the
Right,
things that you fall short in, I'm saying get right with it, get it
right,
going on.
right.
And also just remember, when things go wrong, don't go with them. Don't
Don't
go
go
with them.
with them. Don't go
Yeah,
with them. Don't go with them. And
don't
we
go
just
with them.
so I
And
want to just tell
yeah.
you before we go out today, I'm gonna pray really fast. And this is for myself too, for my spirit. Because a lot has been trying to attack me within this last week. So if somebody's out there listening, I just pray that God can help you. He can heal your mind. He can give you encouragement. He can give you strength. He can give you peace. And know whatever you have done, you can be forgiven for it. It's nothing that it's a hard walk. It's nothing you can't be forgiven for. Call somebody, tell them you love them. Love, peace, and joy. I'm done. Velber, do you have anything else you want to do?
I want to tell you, if you don't take anything away from the show today, I'm saying, just remember, when things go wrong, don't go with them. And whatever happened between you and the wife or the woman or the man, the child is still yours.
That's
Father,
right.
come on,
That's
come
right.
on. That's your flesh and blood.
Let's do
Nothing
better.
should come between that. And
Let's do
keep that
better.
and stick with that. And let's do better and make the world a better place for the generation to come and the one behind. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Enjoy your Sunday. Happy Father's Day, guys. We love you. Bye bye.